In celebration of Children's Day, we are gonna recreate this outfit from when I was 6 years old. So shortly after this photo was taken, my parents actually got a divorce and I spent the rest of my childhood being raised by a single mother. I had just immigrated to Canada. All the wealth that my parents had amassed building a business together also went down the drain with the divorce. So my mom had to go work pretty long hours selling cars at a car dealership while she was learning English. And that was really hard for her because the original plan was mom and I were gonna live a life of comfort in Canada while my dad came back and forth and worked in China. And I just remember having spent a lot of time alone at home waiting for my mom to get back from work, and I would find myself tidying up the home because at that time it felt like since I couldn't help my mom pay the bills, I could at least try to make sure that she was coming back to a clean house. And actually that is a habit that I've carried on into my adult life, so much so that I actually can no longer focus in my home unless everything is clean and organized. I was actually talking to my therapist about this. It turns out that a lot of kids that have grown up in chaotic families have some form of OCD. Our way of trying to retain order amongst all of this chaos that's going on. I'm sure my mom wouldn't have wanted me to develop caregiving tendencies so early on in my life, but the circumstances that me and my mom were facing that time just required me to almost take on this homemaker role. She was the dad going out to work and I was the mom and child taking care of the home. So in the eyes of most adults, I was so-called a well-behaved child. All right, let's move on to outfit. We're gonna wear this blue dress. I feel like it looks very much like the dress I was wearing in the photo. So back to the topic, a child that finishes their homework before they go out to play is a 懂事的孩子. Whereas a child that comes home to parents who are fighting and knows that they have to say something nice to mom and then something nice to dad for the home to be peaceful again is also a 懂事的孩子, but they are a child who are learning adult skills a bit too early. I think it's really important that children are allowed to stay children for as long as possible. Finishing up with this Ralph Lauren Polo Earth Eau de Toilette. And I think this scent captures the pure, carefree spirit and lightness of childhood really well. And that is our final fit. Happy Children's Day and see you in the next one.